They raised their children with love. They gave up their sleep, their comforts, their dreams. But after retirement, some parents give one thing too many. And that last gift? It costs them peace. It costs them dignity. It costs them the life they were supposed to finally enjoy. This is a story not of selfishness, but of self-respect. A story every elder must hear. Because retirement isn't just about money, it's about freedom. And these 7 things, they quietly steal that freedom away. Number 1, your home. It starts with good intentions. A child says, "Let me move in just for a while," or "Can I stay here until things get better?" You love them, you trust them, you want to help, so you say yes. But that "just a while" often becomes years, and slowly your home no longer feels like your own. The couch becomes someone else's bed. The kitchen runs on someone else's schedule. The silence you once enjoyed is replaced with voices, noise, sometimes arguments. You start asking permission in your own house. Worse still, some parents go a step further. They hand over the keys. They change the name on the deed. They think they're giving love. What they're giving is power. And once given, it's nearly impossible to take back. Your home is your sanctuary. It's your final castle, the last space that truly belongs to you. Don't let guilt or emotion convince you to surrender it. Let them visit. Let them stay, even, but only on your terms. Because once you give your child full control over your home, you may find yourself a guest in your own life. You spent a lifetime creating peace in your home. Don't trade that peace for chaos, even if the chaos comes wearing the face of someone you love. Number 2, your retirement savings. They say, "I just need a little help with the down payment," or "I promise I'll pay you back." And because you've spent your life working, saving, and sacrificing, you reach into your hard-earned retirement fund. You want to see them happy, successful, so you write the check. But here's the truth no one tells you. What you give in dollars, you lose in independence. Because once that money is gone, it's gone. There's no paycheck coming next month. There's no boss to give you a raise. That fund was your shield against health emergencies, rising costs, and old age. Now it's someone else's cushion. Even worse, many children never repay it. Not out of cruelty, out of forgetfulness, out of comfort, out of the silent assumption that Mom and Dad will be fine. But you won't be. Not if your savings vanish. Protect your retirement like your life depends on it, because it does. You spent decades building it. Don't let it vanish in days. Money once given away rarely comes back, but the anxiety it leaves behind stays. 3, your time and energy. There's a moment in every retired person's life when they expect peace, and instead, they're met with obligation. Can you watch the kids? Can you pick them up from school? Can you come help with the house? It starts small. A weekend here, an afternoon there, but before long you're back on a schedule, a full-time caregiver without pay, without boundaries. Your time, the very thing you were supposed to finally enjoy, is swallowed whole. You become the default babysitter, the errand runner, the emergency backup plan, and slowly, you stop living for yourself. Retirement is not a job. You are not free childcare. You are not an unpaid assistant. You are a person who has earned rest, leisure, space to reflect and enjoy. Love them, yes. Be there, yes. But guard your time like it's gold, because it is. It's the one thing you can never get back. Time is your final wealth. Spend it on what makes you feel alive. Don't spend it checking someone else's to-do list. 4, your peace of mind. Some parents invite chaos into their final chapter without realizing it. They allow their child's drama to spill into their quiet life. The fights with partners, the reckless decisions, the instability, the noise. They listen. They comfort. They worry. and it eats away at them day after day. You've carried your children for decades. You don't have to carry their emotional baggage forever. At some point, you must lay it down. Retirement is your time to heal, not hurt. If your child brings stress, draw the line. If they bring endless problems, say no. You can support someone without sacrificing your serenity. You deserve mornings without anxiety, evenings without tension, days that don't revolve around someone else's crisis. Your peace is not a gift to be given. It's a right to be defended. Make peace your priority. You earned it. Don't give it away just to keep someone else from growing up. 5. Your guilt. One of the cruelest tricks of aging is the guilt that whispers, "You owe them more." Even after a lifetime of giving, some parents feel guilty for saying no. Maybe I wasn't there enough. Maybe I worked too much. Maybe they need me more than I need rest. And so they give. Out of guilt, out of fear of judgment, out of an old wound that was never their fault to begin with. But guilt is not love. Guilt is a leash. And if you live your final years chained to guilt, you will never know the joy of freedom. You do not owe your children your retirement. You do not owe them your health, your peace, your future. You gave them life. You raised them. That was more than enough. Let go of guilt like a stone sinking in a river. You are allowed to be happy. You are allowed to choose yourself. 6. Your identity. In old age, some parents allow themselves to be seen as nothing more than grandma, grandpa, or the person who helps us. They forget who they were: an artist, a teacher, a builder, a dancer, a fighter, a lover of books, a teller of jokes, a whole human being. They stop dressing for themselves, stop pursuing hobbies, stop making new friends. Their world shrinks until it's only their children and what their children need. But you are more than someone's parent. You are still you, and you still matter. Your joy matters, your curiosity matters, your dreams still matter. No matter how old you are, don't hand over your identity like a coat on a hook. Keep it wrapped around you. Wear it proudly, because you are still here, and you are still becoming. You have stories left to tell. Don't let your name disappear under someone else's title. 7. Your future. This one is subtle, quiet. It doesn't look like a gift, but it's the biggest one you might give away without knowing. Your future, the years ahead, the possibilities. Some parents retire and believe it's time to shrink, to slow down, to step aside. They give their children the space to live, and they forget they're still living too. They stop planning trips, stop learning new things, stop dreaming. They give those dreams away to the next generation, as if they've already had enough. But your future isn't over. Not at 60, not at 70, not at 80. You have chapters left to write. You can start a new hobby, take a trip, fall in love again, build something, laugh until your ribs ache. You don't have to give that away. Don't surrender your future just because others are still building theirs. Let them build, and build yours too. You raised them with love. You gave them everything. Now it's time to give something to yourself. Not selfishness, not separation, but boundaries, peace, pride, joy. Because your retirement is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of the chapter that belongs only to you. You've spent a lifetime giving your time, your energy, your love. You've carried your family through storms they'll never even know about. But now, it's your turn to stop giving what you can't afford to lose. Because the truth is, when you give too much, you don't just lose things, you lose yourself. Let this be the moment you draw the line. No more handing over your peace just to keep others comfortable. No more sacrificing your sleep, your savings, or your sanity. No more guilt for choosing you. Because after retirement, your time is sacred, your joy is priceless, and your boundaries, they are not suggestions, they are survival. If you felt that in your heart, If even one of these signs made you pause, then this channel is for you. We speak the hard truths others are too afraid to say. We honor the wisdom no one else. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the Wisdom of Elders right now.